Hello everyone, I'm happy to present to you the final designs for Hotel Patina. Here we have the logo for the hotel, Patina, the Artisan Hotel. The concept is based on the idea of a patina. I'd like guests to experience the mark of time and the art of nature. So this should give them a very rich experience of something beautiful, something matured over time. And that idea came about from walking through the site. I really enjoyed and was inspired by seeing the paper bark, the history of the area, the tree rings, and the idea of patina isn't something just about copper. It's something that is aging and becoming more beautiful over time. This concept extended further into thinking about all the different kinds of patinas there are, from rock faces to paper bark, as I mentioned, to even the ivy that you would see on a tree, and all of the beautiful color combinations that it can evoke. And from there, I started thinking a lot about the golden spiral and the magic of that and how it can create perfect balance in a design. This then extended into me thinking about the color palettes and also concepts for each room. So, branching off from the idea of copper, I worked out what colors would go really well with that copper tone and have a different concept. So, we have the paper bark here. Think of the paper bark tree and the beautiful green gum color that comes together with the reddish color of many paper barks. Street poetry plays with the idea of the good combination of copper and grey tones, like of the street. Rock stories plays with the beautiful hues that we get in different rocks, from sandstone to rich red marble, the fire red marble. And verdigris plays with the idea of the patinas that copper can change color over time with oxidization. It can go to beautiful greens and even blues. So they were the concepts that developed for each particular hotel room, the 4 different rooms. And also, I then worked out some color combinations for the pop up. My idea was to have a bar, and to develop that idea further, I thought that it could be a bar called the Coppersmith's Lover, riffing off the idea of copper. And we have 2 bars, Molly's bar and Sarah's bar. And the guest to the bar might want to ponder the photos and imagery of the 2 women and wonder which was his lover and which was his wife. I also decided that this would be a pop down because one bar would be buried underneath as an underground bar and the other one half buried, which fits with this idea of the patina being something buried in time, but all the more valuable because of the time that has passed. Here we have a mood board of concept and also color palettes and materials and textures for the pop down. So we have Molly and Sarah in evocative imagery, and then I was playing with the different color tones that each one might have in their separate bars. To focus in on one of the pop downs, I've narrowed it down to this color palette and mood board of the finishes, a sample board of the materials, and also some idea of the furnishings. And here is the development of the concept of it becoming underground. It started with the idea of a paper bark tree, as I'd been looking at in the concept, and a hole in the tree that you could burrow into and be a cozy nook like a bar is. And then I thought, well, what if this tree is underground, like the roots, but perhaps even better, the pop-up could be tilted underground. So the concept developed from there, and it has now become the Coppersmith's Lover. This is a rendering in Revit of it in situ at the underneath the Newtown Station concourse. So there's something wonderful about the idea of time travel, and trains would be running underneath the bars, and you could feel that rumble of the trains as they pass. Here is an elevation done in render of one of the bars and the section and the floor plans. Moving on to brief 2, the public space. The spatial concept developed from the idea of the golden spiral, and this imagery developed from 2D into this idea of the golden spiral being a mosaic of different patinas that would actually then be implemented in the lobby floor. And the spiral is a wayfinding path that leads to stairs, which again leads the guests upstairs to upper levels. So the stairs itself are also a golden spiral, as is the reception, lobby desk, etc. Here we have the ground floor plan with rooms on the side, and you'll see there is sort of cladding to give privacy here, and this is the wayfinding of the spiral. This is the spiral here in the center to the staircase, and the upper floor has a restaurant area, an artisanal restaurant that could feature food that has been, say, fermented over time. And the section, and this is the front elevation showing what that would look like as the hotel exterior. So I've played with the copper, and also you'll see this coming into play here on the side wing here, that I've added a feature to the ceiling. The concept has moved into becoming a custom finish. So I have worked on a 1900s vintage map of Camperdown and played with it visually until I got to this point where it can be a texture on the wall made out of rammed earth, or many other ways it can be done, and it features in different parts of the hotel, as you saw on the rooftop. Here we're going to show some sample boards at the beginning, and then I'll show you the concept and the renders for each particular area at a time. So the public space, here we have materials and finishes. You can see these become part of the mosaic on the floor. And here we have the view in 3D render of the lobby, the stairs. This is the reception and the lobby bar as you enter. And now moving to the hotel rooms. This is an idea of what the entries would look like. They'll all have copper barn doors. And the first room that I'm going to show you is called Street Poetry Room. And it is resembled here from the Camperdown map. You'll see the map becomes part of the wall. And again, that concept is being drawn into the room itself here as the backdrop to this very luscious bed. And the front of the bed has a small area for sitting where you can see, again, the patina idea in this etching into the cement of the wall, polished concrete rather. And here is the ensuite. You can see the barn door, how that also goes across the ensuite entry. And there are elements of copper throughout all of the rooms, such as the taps would be copper here, and the shower. Next we have the verdigris room. Here is a material samples board with some idea of the finishes, and the render in 3D. This is the ensuite next to that bedroom. Paper bark. Here we have the materials samples, and here is a visualization that I've done from photoshopping the various furnishings together to give an idea of that bedroom, and the ensuite made in Revit. Finally, we have the Rock Stories room and the sample board of furnishings. This is an image of the final room made in Revit, and this is the ensuite, again riffing from the rock of the room. So that brings us to the end of my presentation. I hope that you enjoyed that and found that an inspiring hotel that you would like to visit. Thank you. Bye.